This is not a back-to-back because she did this one, she left this out. She did this one, if we put a foil on this, and then she left this out. This would be left out, this would be in a foil. That's not a back-to-back. A back-to-back is,
Like,
okay, so look at, this is the medium one. No, this is the big one. This is the medium one. So good. Okay, here's your medium and here's the big. See how they're separated more? So let me show you this. All right, so listen, let me tell you why you don't want pink, purple, and blue. They're great colors, but why don't you want these colors, do you think, if you're using color?
it's gonna stain.
She is smart. Let me tell you, she gets a ding, 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 ding.
Yep. And it
They
doesn't look
stain,
good.
and then it looks bad.
Yes.
Black, easy peasy, it doesn't stain. It's just so easy, so just put your initials in it somewhere, you know, whatever. So, and look at, so this one is mine, and that's why it's not stained up. Wow, this is really cool. I didn't see this one. This one's freaking awesome. So look at that. Oh, balayage. Cool, cool. Now listen, what you can't do is this baby weave back to back. Why? Tell me why, if I did a back to back with this little shimmer, what would it do? Come on, I want you to use your thinking mind. I mean,
What are you saying? Are you saying, is that with the dropout? Like, not
Correct.
the dropout, but
You
the,
got it. She's got
bottom
it.
of the highlights.
okay, I just put a baby light in there. If I grab this next piece, put another baby light in, what am I picking up?
You're picking up the pieces that you left out from the first one.
Okay, do you understand? You can't do a back-to-back with this baby piece. Like, it would just be a waste of time. Do a slice and then this baby piece if you wanted a back-to-back. Do you understand? You want to leave those little pieces out because that's a shimmer piece. That's the point of doing shimmer lights.
That's like the dimension, right?
Correct. That would be the left out piece. You don't want that piece. Then you could take the next section and then do it again. Look, you take it. Okay, now I'm going to show you, after this, I'm going to show you what a back-to-back looks like. Here we go. Look it. So that's your little shimmer lights. You're going to put all that, color it, lighten it. Get that up out of the way.
Is that a good
Listen.
size foil for you? Or
Yes,
you want
that's
a little
fine.
longer?
All right, now listen, I'm gonna get this piece out. If I want more dimension, I'm gonna take a thicker piece out. Okay, you're always using your imagination. How much dimension do I want in that hair? Do I just want little sparkly pieces or do I want a lot? If you want a lot, you're just gonna take a thin little piece and then do another piece right after it. Do another one, get it out. This one's in a foil. This one gets left out. Okay, you just keep going. Now, if I was gonna do a slice, look at a slice, you could always do a back-to-back. Here's a slice. This is where you could do a back-to-back, and this is what I love to do and break up patterns, okay? You do a slice right here. That's a sheet of paper. You better use your imagination, think of where that's going down. We do that like in Amanda's hair if she wanted more blonde, right? You could do this in my hair because I'm super layered and I like lots of blonde. Okay, if they don't want lots of blonde, you're not doing that. You do a piece. Or you could do like 1, 2, 3. You see that dimension? Now listen, you're gonna use your imagination. This is blonde, and this is gonna be her dark hair in between here. Now if I wanna do a double weave, a double piece, get that out of the way. Now look it, I'm gonna take the same exact pieces, identical. And you could even do little tiny triangles if you want to make it softer looking. You go 1, 2, 3. That's a little less. Okay, you see how you're gonna have more dimension, but I'm gonna have a nice bold piece there. Do you understand? I'll have a nice little chunk of 3 pieces, and use your imagination. One will be right towards her face, one will be in the middle, and one will be right behind it, right? So I would take that back. Now I could do one more. Now these are called back-to-back foils. That means there's nothing left in between. Now I'm gonna take an even tinier piece. Okay, now I could do those 3 little triangles. The first one was a little bigger. So the highlight goes like this. The highlight kind of comes to a point, as opposed to coming down like a thick, like ledge. Sometimes you ever see like it's just a ledge? That's because you just do the same thing. I could take that same 3 big pieces. I like to make them skinnier. You know, I mean, I guess it depends on the haircut too, but it's a really pretty way of doing it. It's just little tiny triangles. Like the first one was bigger, the second one's a little less, and then this one was tinier. Right now, this would be the same one as the first one, but I could just take a little less. Be creative. Write down your patterns. And so it'll be 3 back-to-back slices in that little weave. Now you could put like on the mannequin, on the chart that you have on the side of the head, you put down like, okay, we did 1, 2, 3 baby lights, and you put little BL, little baby lights, right? And then you're gonna put, okay, and then I did a pattern of 3, 1, 2, 3 back-to-back slices in a triangle, right? You could write a little triangle, upside down triangle. So be creative, be your own best friend, make patterns, write them down, learn from it. So this is the thing, whatever we do on her, or whatever she did on Amanda, if you write that pattern down, you'll know what to do the next time. You know, you gotta remember, who wants a following in here? Thank you. Right? You want a good following. So you're gonna have people repeat. You gotta know what to do the next time. All right, so now we're gonna try these other combs. And this is a regular comb. That's a back-to-back. All right, so here's your medium one. This is your medium one. Now if I bunch up the hair, it's a little more here because I bunched up that hair. Now look at what this looks like. And I'm just gonna put this long way just so you guys can see it. Okay, that's more medium, right? So it's a little bit more open, but look at the big one. Now this would be, I would say, a regular pattern for highlights. And then you have to pull that down, and then you push it down. So see, that would be your more regular pattern highlight, would be this big one. And depending on how much you use, like if you take a thicker section, you're gonna have a little bit thicker. If you take a thinner, you may have thinner pieces. So I'm gonna take a thinner section just to show you. Now look, I almost made that look like a baby light, but they're a little bit thicker. Because I took a thinner section. You could really do whatever you want. You learn to be creative and look at it, but just make sure you do everything the same way the next side. Right? That's why I like to do the whole back first. Back is done, then you do a side. Usually you do your dominant side first and do your weaker side last, so that you always know, all right, I did my right side first because I'm a righty. Right? You always want to know so that when you're checking that head, you're like, okay, my right side I did first, because I always do my right side first, and then I do my left. The right will be done quicker because the left you did after. And then you do the mohawk, the top of the mohawk. And you guys know, does anybody want to try these? I didn't do this one yet.
I remember someone saying that it was good to start in like different sections of the hair, like to not always start at one side. I don't know who.
So always remember something. You're gonna be your own best friend to figure out, everybody's gonna tell you different information, you figure out what works for you, right? Whatever works for you. Sometimes somebody might have a pattern of what they've learned, so they're gonna teach you the pattern of what they know. Everything I taught you today is what I know. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but I'll tell you what, you start to practice it more, you'll be way more successful, right? But you're gonna take pieces of what I said and you'll hold on to it. And then somebody else is gonna say something else, and then you're gonna try that and be like, oh, that's so easy, right? You're gonna learn. So you can think of what is best for you. I like the back first, only because you could put that head back and rinse out that whole thing and leave the front and the sides in. You know, if it needs more time. But if you do the top first, it's really hard to get that top out first. Meanwhile, it's done, nothing else is done, and you start to run into a little bit of chaos, like, okay, great, how much longer? How do I not touch those foils in the front? I mean, in the back. So if you had to put them back and take out those top foils, that water could seep into the back of those foils. So just set yourself up for success. Over my, I'm 55 now, so I've been doing hair since I'm 15. Like the things that I've learned, because I'm a fast hairstylist. I like speed. I do half-an-hour haircuts all day long, plus color. Like, I am very quick. Like, the girl always says, Kimmy, you could fit so many people in. But that's because I just work with patterns and speed, because I know what I'm doing, I have the blueprint in my head, and I just do it. It's so much easier. Otherwise, if you're trying to figure out, oh my God, where did I start? Where did I leave off? Confusion. Get rid of confusion. Be like, okay, the back's all done. I know where I started, I know where I finished. Okay, now I'm gonna do my dominant side, then I'm gonna do my next side, and then I'm gonna do the top. Top is last. Top is the easiest to lift up. You could get everything else out of those foils, but that top, as long as you have that top, the top is the most important, because that's what everybody's gonna see. But you just gotta make sure that you have a system set up so that you get yourself success and the hair comes out even. You need those highlights to be even. You don't want some yellow and then some bright blonde. You want it all, whatever it is they're looking for. The inside of the banana, I like to say, it's the perfect blonde. Inside of a banana, that beautiful creamy white blonde, right? That's perfect.
Such
Look
a
at
good
that.
example. The inside of a banana.
Such a good example, right? See how when you spread it out, so good. And now I want you to try the bigger one real quick so you can see it. Yep. Push that in and pull it down a couple times. There you go. You make sure it's separated. Yep. Perfect. She got it. She definitely got it down. Like, it's more comfortable now because now you've done it a few times.
Beautiful.
See that?
Where was this at when I was doing your hair?
Well, now you know.
Oh, yeah, now I know.
Miss Simona wasn't gonna let you use that anyway. She was not.
All right, good. You're all set. So
Thank
listen,
you.
I want to tell you guys and girls, well, girls, I should say, you do what you know best, right? Like, you make life as simple as possible, but not simpler. It takes time to make life simple because we complicate it so much. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So when I say to myself, like, oh, and fear starts hitting my brain, I'm like, no, that's not true. I can do anything I put my mind to. I can do it. I could do it. My YouTube channel, trust me, for a while, I'm just thinking, oh, it's so much work, it's so hard. And then I start to just push myself, no, Kimmy, don't say it, that's not true, it's easy peasy. Even right now, I'm moving. I'm selling my house, I'm in the process of moving. So that whole time, and listen, I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it must be very stressful.
A lot of stuff, but I'm gonna tell you, I have said it is easy peasy, the whole entire move. And I'm gonna tell you, my best friend came over, because we did a little bit more last week, and she goes, wow, this is gonna be so easy when it's finally done. But I said it over and over and over, and I made it easy. Do you understand? I just kept packing a couple more, put into my storage, packing a couple more, put into my storage. Whatever you set yourself up for is what you're gonna create and get out of it. But you gotta remind yourself, life is easy, because whatever you think life is it's gonna be. So if we say life is so hard, oh my God, it's so difficult, and it's just so hard, and it takes so much work, and so much time, and so much effort, already you could feel my bad energy. You just feel that, like, slump over energy vampire coming out, right? Like, I don't do that to myself. I am my own best friend. I make sure I say, I'm strong, I'm courageous, I got this, I can do this. Now, don't think that my old paradigm don't come up saying something, because of course it's gonna try to, and I just punch it right in the face. I'm like, absolutely not. Subconscious mind, you're my best friend and you love me. I started saying it now to my subconscious mind, you love me. And my conscious mind gets better ideas. So I'm imprinting them in there, right? We gotta imprint better ideas and make records. Who has a favorite song in here? You guys know music. is such high energy and vibration, right? You want to make songs and new records in there. The reason why we learn music so well is why? What?
We repeatedly listen to it.
Repetition, repetition, repetition is the mother of mastery. Repetition, repetition. We repeat, we repeat, we repeat, and guess what? It sticks. So if you just keep repeating, I'm enough, I've always been enough, I'll always be enough, I could do it, I could do it, I am, I can, and I will. Over and over, 66 times. And the more you do it every day and say it 3 or 4 times a day, the quicker it imprints and makes a new record. And then guess what? That subconscious mind believes everything that's imprinted in there. So when you make new imprints, the other ones are delete, delete, delete. Now you have 25% new good records, 75% of old. You still got to do some work.
Yeah.
Let's put new records in there. I'm courageous, I'm strong, I'm an incredible hairstylist. I'm gonna make $100,000 my first 3 years. You know, like you wanna think, like what is it that you wanna make your first year? You know, do you be practical? Well, you be a little practical, but if you wanna be like a rocket, you could go beyond that and say, yeah, I could make it my first year. But you better practice, you better be the rocket. Practice every single day. Do all your family and friends' hair, take pictures of everything, write down your patterns. You can be a rocket, you just better be willing to put in the work, the discipline, and the consistency. Consistency will get you going. And motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing.
Yeah.
So I do a mastermind group. It's called 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. It's one of my favorite books ever by this guy, John Maxwell. It's the best self-help book that you'll ever have in your life. I've done it at least 30 times. One book. There's 15 chapters in it. Super easy peasy. But I'm going to tell you, when you do it as a mastermind group, you read a chapter, and then we go over it together as a team. It is so powerful. It will get you to anywhere you want to go in life, because he goes over every single thing that we need to grow as a human and as a person for success. And he just deals with, like, the first one's the law of being intentional. Are you intentional about what you're doing? The next one's the law of awareness. You must know yourself to grow yourself. The third one is the law of the mirror. You must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. Number 4, the law of reflection. You must slow down to let growth catch up to you. So those first 3 chapters are you building yourself up. And in one of them, he says in chapter 2, write 100 good things about yourself. Who could write 100 good things about themselves today? Raise your hand. So good. Practice. Start practicing on writing 100 good things about yourself. I'm courageous. I'm strong. I'm kind. I'm thoughtful. Right? I'm funny, or whatever those things are. It took me a little bit in the beginning, the first time I had to write them. Now I could write them with ease.
He got a lot of books.
And he has a lot of books, but
270.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant leader. And this is what he says, the hardest person to lead is who?
Yourself.
We're the hardest person to lead. Don't talk bad to yourself, right? Be your own best friend. Love yourself more than anybody else loves you outside of God, because God's going to love you the most. And you will meet success. That is going to be your success journey. I love you girls. You guys are awesome. I thank you guys so much for paying attention, for being a part of it. Is there any questions that anybody has?
Do you have any advice for them, like with social media?
Yes. So social media, remember, YouTube's going to pay you money and Facebook's going to pay you money. TikTok gets you a presence, and so does Instagram. So that's what TikTok and Instagram are for, is to get you a presence, right? So you just have to post what you do. So let's just say you wanted to do these combs, because she's going to leave the combs here for you guys to practice. You take a video. They're called shorts. Shorts are easy, just like a reel. They're super quick, super easy. You just do a video with doing this in there. You're going to start getting people liking that, right? And then you do the next one. Then you do the next one. Start doing your social media. You got to put, like, you know, a good thumbnail to the YouTube, which you could go on Chat GPT. Does anybody know Chat GPT? My best friend, just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. So good. I mean, you put anything in Chat GPT. I'm like, okay, Chat GPT, I want you to do me a week's worth of content.
Yep.
Gives you a whole week's of content, but you have to tell what you want. I'm like, okay, I want to do the beach ball pattern, or I want to do foils techniques. Just gives you a whole breakdown, and then you find out what's good for you, and then you take it and then you add to it with your own thing. You could say, I want to do my social media. I want you to help me do a full 30-day content
Yes,
creation. Do you understand? It's amazing. The ChatGPT just helps you. It's like your personal assistant.
Now, do you pay for it or do
I
you
don't.
get it for free?
I
You
get it for free. Yep,
Okay.
I don't pay for the pro.
Yeah.
Because, listen, I have my own thinking mind. I don't want it thinking for me.
Right.
I want it to take my thoughts and to make them better.
But I think I asked it too many questions and it just shuts down halfway through the day. So I get like 1 or 2 questions and then it's like, come back tomorrow.
You can use Snapchat AI, that's free.
Instagram is too, it's good. Their advice is good. Not as good as ChatGPT, but
Yeah.
it's good, yeah.
And you know what? So this is the thing. Conscious mind, subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is filled with a whole bunch of things. It doesn't let us use our thinking mind. When we slow down this brain, because it's called a corpus callosum that connects the left and right brain together. Monks have the thickest corpus callosum because they meditate. Who wants to meditate in here, right? You think, what the heck does that have to do with anything? But I'm going to tell you, it slows down the crazy brain and it gets you into your conscious mind. It actually gets you in there so you can think, so you could have creative ideas. It's so amazing. The more that I slowed this crazy brain down by meditating, by breathing, like I remember thinking, that's so weird. What do I have to meditate for? Breathing. Who cares? I'm telling you, it's the greatest thing I've ever done. And there's one that's called box breath. Breathe in 4, hold it for 4, let it out for 4, hold for 4. Breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, let it out for 4. Hold it for 4. It's called box breath. You do that every day, you're going to start tapping into your genius mind. Your conscious mind needs the autopilot to shut off. You need to put a pencil in that little thing that just keeps going around and around, running you 95%, that subconscious mind. 95%, that is a lot. You have to slow it down. The only way to slow it down is by meditating. You have to tap into that genius brain because you're not allowing all those thoughts to run. They don't run tandemly together. It's like a parachute. I jumped out of a plane. I was connected to a guy, and I'm like this. I'm like, forget it. I changed my mind. I don't want to go out. And he's like, do you want to pull the chute? No, I don't want to pull the chute. I can't be responsible for my life. I don't even know what I'm doing. I was so scared. We jumped out of the plane. He pushed me out of that plane. And then I just kind of like, I was like, you just do everything. So that's the same thing with the subconscious and the conscious mind. The conscious mind is the one that has more control. The subconscious mind controls us, but the one that has more power is the conscious mind because you're putting new programs in there. You're getting in that new mind. But the way to really get into that mind is by meditating. Box breathing, or you could just breathe in with one nostril and then let it out. Breathe in, let it out. That gets you real connected with the other part of your brain. And you know what? Listen, if you do that, you're going to see a big difference in things when you know, like, you're just like, kind of your brain is like ping pong ball, you know? You're like, okay, I need to just take a couple breaths. Even if you just breathe in and breathe out and focus on that breath, you're going to be in your conscious mind. That's how you get there. It's your thinking mind. It's the powerful mind to be able to say, hey, listen, I'm not listening to you right now. You put a pencil in there because you're using this one, you're breathing, and you're thinking about the breath. I even I wrote a course. It's called A Complete Emotional Breakthrough, and I have 55 videos in this course teaching you how to empty out your U-Haul truck of all your past pain and all your crap and garbage. Empty out that baby. The next one is getting rid of the 3 killer R's: resentment, revenge, and then the second one is we resist to let it go, and then revenge. Get rid of that stuff. It doesn't work and it doesn't help you. Emotions are energy. And that's why the next time I want to do the energy chart with you. But which one would you guys want to learn more? My beach ball haircut or the energy chart?
With
All right.
layers.
So I'll bring the energy chart and doing the beach ball layer. Sound good? All right. Any more questions? You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I love you all. Yay.